average.
Does Flacco stink?
Yes, he does.
Proof's in the pudding.
No, proof he played one good game. Even bad players play good games now and again.
They both played one good game, and they both played one bad
Baker
game.
did not play a good game.
I mean, he scored 17 points in the fourth quarter and gave his team the lead with a minute to go.
He did not play. No, the field goal.
And we have 15 minutes to get to Tyvis's break.
Yeah, we're not relitigating Baker Mayfield.
By the way,
Putting the hammer down.
Baker's lowest PFF rate in the league.
We're stopping. No Baker
Lowest
talk.
PFF rate in the league.
Stop it.
Tired of Baker.
Go.
Tyvis, the floor is yours. Break it down for us. This is Coach Tyvis on the whiteboard.
Wait, is Earl like our human?
He's the easel.
He's our human.
He's very awkward.
He's a tripod.
So that's very awkward.
All right.
It's his UCSS
You said it. I did.
Listen, we don't have it in the budget. All right.
Oh my God.
So what happened? This was the formation that we got, and what I've learned.
What player are you diagramming right
this
now?
is the 66-yard or whatever.
Corey Davis.
Corey Davis. All right. So this is what it is. Boom.
I lift it up just a little bit.
Hold on. Boom. Right. Nickel. Corner. Free safety. Strong safety. Okay. So this is the confusion right here. When you look at this formation, some people say, "Oh, that's empty." And what I've learned is that they have a check for empty. So when they see empty, Denzel thinks it's cover 2. So they're playing cloud backside.
So that's Denzel.
That would be Denzel.
Folks don't know. They might not know what cloud means.
Cloud is cover 2. I just said that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But when you look at this formation, everybody else looks at it as these two are grave diggers. So these are 2 tight ends. This is a max pro look.
So is that a true empty or not?
No, they're not playing it like that.
But it looks like it.
It looks like it, but they're not playing it that way because these two are grave diggers. They're not going up the field. They're literally here to block and then do a little release to the flats. So everybody else read it like, oh, it's just 2 by 1. Denzel looked at it like it's empty. So that's why he played what he played. Everybody else played cover 3. Buzzer. He should be in the third, and he's a hook dropper. He's a hook dropper. So if it's played correctly, when Corey Davis runs this route,
Denzel stays with him.
Denzel takes it with him. And everybody's like, well, what is Dale Pitt supposed to do? Dale Pitt is a hook dropper. He's looking for this deep over route right here. So everybody played the same thing but Denzel. Denzel was the only one who played cover 2. And he should have realized that it wasn't cover 2 when he seen JOK flying out to the flats to pick that up. So that's how that's when I knew something was wrong.
So there's 2 problems here. One, Denzel Ward wasn't able to diagnose the play, essentially. Or
he misdiagnosed.
He misdiagnosed coverage.
The play. Yes.
And they failed to communicate to him
exactly what
they were in.
So, like I say, if they all say, hey, we cover 3, this is not even a play, because he would know that everybody else is in cover 3. Well, he comes out and he says that he felt like he did nothing wrong. Well, maybe if it was empty, then he would be correct. But if 10 guys is playing a coverage and he's the one that's not, you have to say that he's the one that's not doing it correctly. So that's what happened on that.
Then why didn't he own that?
My name is Tyvis Powell. Because in theory, maybe look at this. Maybe the empty check. The look was cover 2, maybe, and everybody else.
The only one that got it right.
He played it right, and everybody else got it wrong.
Unlikely, but possible.
Right. You know what bothered me about that is that he jogged. He was jogging.
He never hustled.
Because if it's truly cover 2, he thinks I'm staying under this, and he's going to be over the top. I just need to be underneath the 7 cut if he runs a 7. So that's why he played it the way he played it.
Tyvis, is the more egregious error the misread by Denzel Ward or the misdiagnosis by Denzel Ward or the lack of communication?
The lack of communication. Because if it's the communication, this is not
it's cleared up. Someone tells him, no.
Listen, 3. If he knows it's 3, it's no play. Where are they going to go with the ball?
Yeah, everything's covered.
Exactly. So that's that one. Boom, we got the answer.
By the way, Tyvis, that's excellent insight. Okay. No, that's excellent insight.
All right.
Let's give Earl a shout out too, by the way.
Earl, you're doing a hell of a job as an easel. Earl is our human easel.
Are you doing the Breece Hall touchdown now?
We can do Breece Hall.
Well, Tyvis is drawing this up just so you guys know. We are working on getting the iPad as a source into vMix.
Oh, great.
So we could draw on the iPad, so we're not using Earl.
Even better.
Tripod.
Week by week.
Is Earl
How about
tripod?
Earl making his UCSS debut today?
What up, Earl?
What's up?
Earl's big behind the scenes. Big behind the scenes.
All right, so this one is really
You're
simple.
getting union rate for this, right?
This one,
yes, sir.
Oh, I thought so.
Yeah.
this one is very, very simple.
This is the touchdown before the half.
Yeah, this is the
This is
one.
the Brees Hall touchdown, correct,
Yeah.
Tyvis?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. The only thing about this one that I don't agree with is that they did have they took a lineman out and put a bandit in, and I know why they did it, because earlier in the game, Garrett Wilson ran this under route and then wheeled it up, so they was putting
Bandit is the third safety.
third safety. Yeah, they ran this. He ran this over route, then wheeled it up, and he was wide open, but Flacco threw it behind him. But that's has nothing to do with this. So when I originally looked at this play, I'm like, oh, they ain't cover two, because Denzel is pressing this outside pad, and this dude is staying inside, and this guy's staying on the inside piece. So I'm like, okay, then he should take the flats. But he didn't. He missed it because he was too busy reroute. But as I did some research, I found out that they actually are in quarters in this. So what happened is he technically should be off. I've never been a fan of pressing in the red zone, but he should be playing off. But
And so why would he play off? Because he has such a small area to cover.
Yeah, it deters the fade. You want
Right.
a quarterback see a player, he ain't gonna throw the fade. So, and he got this inside piece anyway. So when he pressed, he thought that they was in something else. He thought that they was in cover two. JOK. He thought that they was in cover two.
Right.
So he's thinking, oh, he got the flats, I'm gonna stay inside. Well, his technique, technically, in this quarters concept is that he is supposed to stay inside, and unless two goes to the flat, he goes out to get two. He completely didn't do that. He just literally stayed inside, and that's what happened. He just JOK bust. So that's why he comes out and say,
Yeah.
it was my fault.
He, unlike
pitch and
Ward,
catch.
took
Yeah.
accountability.
He was supposed to stay inside. If this guy stays in like this, he stays as an inside piece. But once he goes to the flat, he has to go
And
take
yes,
it.
JOK
And this
owned
guy-
that.
He did own that. But
and
Tyvis,
Dale
here's what I
Pitt
understand.
stays inside, he stays outside. So it's essentially 2-on-1 on the receiver.
Got
What's
it.
confusing to me is Anthony, the middle linebacker,
Walker.
couldn't think of his last name. He's right next to JOK. He's got the green dot. How do they not communicate that there?
Well, I don't think like I said, I think he knew the call, but I think he was
misread.
was
In
confused.
his case, it's just a
Yeah,
misdiagnosis.
he was confused by him being right here pressing.
So how would you simplify that?
How would
Play.
I simplify this play?
Yeah.
Make him play off and make sure that he knows that he got his guy to the flats.
Okay.
As simple as that.
Again, it's communication. It's
Exactly.
You have to talk that out.
Yeah, if he's playing off, he doesn't think that his dude he got the flats. He would
Right.
think, oh, them two got that dude.
So
double
he was
team.
confused because of how
How
Denzel
was
Ward
playing.
lined up.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and then let me see. All right, now the last touchdown play,
Okay.
the
yeah.
Garrett Wilson.
This is a good one.
You see how simple this sounds? Like it,
Yeah.
You're breaking it down and
it's
making it sound simple.
because
but
it is.
But you have a split
It
second.
is, but it's
you have a
happening
split
in
second.
real time. It's like it's so fast.
And as
Tyvis.
David Blatt once said,
Yeah.
it's like a fighter pilot with all the decisions we have to make.
It really,
Yeah,
it really
I mean,
is not as hard as y'all.
This one,
think it is.
Delpit has the screw up here, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
this one on Dale Pitt.
Yeah.
Everybody been waiting on him, so this if y'all want to grill him, this is the one that you want to grill him for.
Yeah.
Tyvis, which play is this again?
This is the game-winning
Game-winning
touchdown.
This the Brees Hall.
Yeah.
I mean, not
Where-
the Garrett Wilson touchdown.
Touchdown.
at the
Del-
end.
the end
Delpit
of the
was
game.
backing up.
All right, yeah. So we got this, we got that.
Why don't you
I got-
note the goal line?
We'll say we'll call that the goal line.
Yeah.
Right? All right, so they run in cover two. And when you run cover two, as a safety, I've been fortunate enough to play safety in this, so I know. The first thing that they teach you day one is you don't back up on it. You put your heels on the goal line and you don't back up in there. You let the route take you into the end zone, okay? So Dale Pitt should start right here on this goal line, and when the ball is snapped, don't move. You literally let this route develop, and you just play underneath the route as it goes in the end zone. Well, if you go back and watch it, Dale Pitt backs up. Just as soon as the ball is snapped, he backs up.
Safety should never do.
Never do.
Never.
You never back
Yeah.
up. This Garrett Wilson runs a bender route. JOK is trying to stop it. Gap happens. He throws a peel right there between two defenders because he's a hook. He's gone. He's a hook, and he's got that. He's got that. So this right here, if Dale Pitt doesn't back up, he's closer to the coverage, and he's there to make a play on the ball. He backed up. left a gap.
Gave him space.
Boom, threw it right in there for a touchdown.
That's stealing.
Yeah.
I mean, if you run it that way, you're going to give up a touchdown every time.
I was talking to Sherm about this after the play happened, and I was saying the best thing that happened for the Jets is that this was Joe Flacco. Because if this Zach Wilson, he would have never threw that ball. Only a veteran knows that I'm going to have this little gap right here.
Yes.
Right.
And he seen that safety back up, and he fired it in there. It was a perfect ball.
Here, can you
So
get
he made the decision essentially to throw to that man,
Wilson.
Wilson. Jeez,
Yeah.
my brain is not firing.
Can you get a
Is the
tight shot
second
on
the
my
safety
phone?
bact up, right?
Steve, can you
Second
do
the
that?
safety
Can you get a
back
tight
up.
shot on my
He
phone?
decided to go there.
We cannot play a video. It's
It's not a video.
It's
It's
just
a
a
still.
freeze.
It's a
It's
still.
just a
It's a
still.
freeze. I want to show you where Delpit is. Ty, you can point out on that. It's a little blurry,
He's
but
right
if they
there.
get a tight shot, you can
right
see
there.
where Tyvis
Right.
is.
Already
I'm
there.
sorry,
Literally
where
like
Delpit
two
is.
yards deep in there
For
and
no
there's
reason.
No reason.
Absolutely
already
no
beat
reason.
Exactly.
I
No
mean-
reason. So that's what happened on that play. Now, the one that grinds my gears more than all of these plays is this kick, this onside kick. I
Oh, my
cannot
gosh.
believe it. I cannot believe it. It's been on my mind.
And
Tyvis
you
showed
played
us
special
the-
teams a lot.
Yeah, yes.
And
I
he
did.
showed us the video,
Oh, my
and what he's going to
goodness.
explain here was dead on. I mean, this was a major disaster. There's no reason this should have ever happened.
And by the way, as you're writing this up, isn't this strictly a coaching thing?
Yes.
Like, I know Prefer gets a lot of love as a special teams coach. He's heretofore thought he was great. I don't know what happened
I
here.
don't know. I
All
think
right.
he's been awful.
So listen, this how they came out. All right. Now, like I said, I've been on hands teams, so I know how it goes. The most dangerous people on hands teams is the guys on the outside. I would say these three guys.
Why is that?
Because they have free access to the ball.
Okay.
The kicker is literally kicking them the ball. He want to high hop it and kick it to him so he can run and jump and go get it.
They're the guys that can recover it.
Exactly. So what you have to do is you have to block him, and you have to make him run the hump. By the time he runs the hump, he done been caught the ball and
Yeah,
it's
it's
secure,
too
it's
late.
over
He
with.
gets
Here's
there too late.
here's a still of the
Right.
of the start of the play. I don't know if you want it. It's there if you want it.
I don't need it. Boom. So that's what happened right there.
Now,
the problem.
talk about the one that's most important to block. I know you
this
said
one,
all
this,
three
this
of those
guy
guys.
right here, you have
He must
to
be
block
blocked.
him. He has to be blocked
Yeah.
because he is the one that they trying to get the ball to. Well, if you go watch the tape, this is JOK. JOK blocks this guy. He
That's
blocks
crazy.
him. He blocks him. So this guy got the free access. The time Amari Cooper gets to the ball, he's already diving on it to make the play. So
He
it's-
gets to it before
Exactly.
the ball
So,
gets to
so
Hooper.
that's why he ended up making the play on the ball. But if this guy gets blocked, this is no play. You literally have to make the last guy because he has to run the hoop and he'll never get
Right.
there.
Why
So
on earth
that-
would JOK have done that?
I have no idea. But that right there was the most frustrating play that I seen on Sunday. That right there. That is one-on-one. Like, I don't understand why they did that. I don't. That right there, if you want to talk about somebody that needs to be fired, you can't keep doing that. You can't put nothing like that. That is football one-on-one. You have
That
to block
play has a
number one.
what % chance of being successful? Isn't it 4?
If it's blocked correctly?
No. Statistically in the
Oh,
NFL,
4%
it's like
of
4%.
onside
since the
Yeah.
rule change, that play is successful
Yeah.
4% of the
So
time.
when I seen this happen, I knew the game was over right then and there because that just does not happen. It's so demoralizing to give up an onside kick. But those
Okay,
four
so
plays
I
right
asked
there.
you what's Kevin Stefanski been doing the last 72 hours.
That-
What's Mike Prefer been doing the last 72
He
hours?
better got this fixed because it might not happen again this season. But if it does, if this guy is not blocked,
How often do you?
it's
How often-
almost laughable that they left this man
and
unblocked.
I don't know the answer. I don't know if JOK is up here on the normal kickoff team or not. But on hands team, how often are you drilling hands team onside kick?
You do that the day before the game. They come
Every game.
Yeah, you do it like
So there's no excuse.
They
There's
call
no
it
excuse.
hands team. You come out and they come kick it, make you do the onside kick. It's actually on Fridays. You kick it, you go through all 4 phases of special teams and onside kick.
You know
they
what
kick it, you secure it, make sure everybody's blocked, and go boom.
It feels like it's baseball's version of the pitcher coming over to cover first base.
Thanks, Earl.
You do it so many times. They work on that in spring training.
Yeah, it was great.
Just to kind of
Thanks.
refresh everybody, but they don't work on that during the season. This is something that by now everybody that's involved in that play knows what's going on. That's why it's so inexplicable.
You know, it's too bad that Tyvis wasn't at the press conference yesterday when JOK spoke, because I'm sure none of the media members asked him about that onside kick.
No.
Because that's something that most of us would not have picked up on. That he, like, for him it was obvious. For the rest of us, we weren't like we're not thinking, oh, that guy's got to pick up that guy.
Right.
When he explains it to us,
It looks like it's on Amari. It looks like it's on Amari.
Right.
Watch
It seems so obvious.
Amari could have done things that would have.
Amari was probably shocked that the dude was right there. Like,
Yeah.
wow, like ain't nobody want to touch him.
Right.
Plus, in terms of running up, they always tell you, right? You don't want to run. You don't want to touch the ball within 10 yards.
Right.
But you can't.
That's
can't
why,
touch it
and
first.
that's why they do the hop. They
Right.
do the hop to get it in the air.
10
And get the
so
defender's
the guy
time to
got to
get
think
down
about
there.
this. But
Right.
if you don't block him, like if the guy's waiting for it to
Yeah.
come down, the jumper's going to run and jump and go get it.
I wish somebody would ask JOK yesterday what happened on that play. Like, how
Yeah.
did you not pick
I
that
agree.
guy up?
Also,
Yeah,
you got to
I
be the
agree.
hammer, not the nail. You got to give the contact, not try to just take
Yeah,
it.
don't take it.
Yeah.
All right.